Our presentation is about how a group of Buddhist practitioners in Hong Kong gets connected with religious practice of Newah culture. It is a very miraculous happening as far as our group is concerned. So we named this presentation as Liberation Through Dance. And it's actually, it's about our connection with the Chariot dance, as Chariot dance is a kind of a spiritual practice. We call ourselves Dance Mentor Hong Kong. This is the name of our group. And I am Dr. Eliza Lau. And this presentation was prepared by myself and also Dr. Tina Ho. She's another member of Dance Mentor Hong Kong, and you will see her in a minute. Now, let me just share this a little bigger. Okay. The Newah Buddhist tradition that we get connected with is actually what I said earlier, is the Chariot dance, which is actually a meditation practice. Our teacher, Prajo Ragna Vajracharya, once said, we have something unique in this tradition, which is teaching the Buddha Dharma through dance. So this is how we started getting connected with our teachers. So before I start our presentation, let me just introduce to you our members. This is the refuge dance in the Chariot tradition. I'm only going to show 1 minute of it, the beginning of it, which is a refuge dance, refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and the primordial Buddha, which is within every one of us. Okay, so let me just carry on with our, so this is the group of us, and this is the refuge dance that we performed 2 months ago. Now, how we get started. So the first part of my presentation will go to explain how Chariot dance got into Hong Kong, how we get to know it. And it all started in May 2014. And Leanne Hunt was our teacher, and Leanne came to Hong Kong, and she was the first person to introduce Chariot dance in Hong Kong back in six years ago. And then in May 2015, our teacher, the dancer priest, the 35th lineage holder of Chariot dance tradition, Prajaragna Vajracharya, he came to Hong Kong himself, and we met him then. Now, following that, we continued to learn the dance, to learn the practice. And in 2017, we actually participated in a conference, a Buddhist conference called the Sakyadhita conference, happening at University of Hong Kong. And our teacher Leanne Hunt took us, and we all performed and present on the stage. This is us. And then in 2019, Prajo came again, and it was his second teaching tour to Hong Kong. And not only was he connected with the group of us, also there is a Buddhist website in Hong Kong which became interested in our activities, and they had more than an hour-long interview with Prajo, and in that interview, Prajo explained to them their dance tradition. Now, since then, we became connected with Prajo, not just in person, but also online. So we started Skype lesson with him every week since February 2019 until now. Of course, now we change into Zoom. And this is our virtual classroom where we learn from Prajo regularly. We have a very vigorous curriculum. We learn Charya dance. There is Dharma teaching, Charya songs, sadhana, chanting practice, and also meditation. And apart from connecting with Prajo, with the Hong Kong group, we also slowly get to know our Charya family internationally. In Hong Kong, as we continue to practice and study with Prajo, and then we also started to offer our dance to various Buddhist groups in Hong Kong. For example, in December 2019, at Dharmata Hong Kong represented the Green Tara. And this is in another occasion, in an exhibition of Buddha's paintings, we also presented our dance. And this is the 16 offering goddess. Now, it was again scheduled for Prajo to come to Hong Kong in March 2020 this year. Unfortunately, we all know what happened because of COVID. So Prajo couldn't come. However, despite COVID at the doorstep, we did go ahead with a dance offering in that occasion, although Prajo was not there, but then we organized an offering night and we made it. And that was actually quite miraculous in how we made it, because that was what we really wanted to do. We want to share what we have learned with our community. And then since then, we also get connected with as I said just a minute ago, we get connected with the Charya family internationally. And a few months ago, we have a first international Charya Nitya offering on Zoom. And over 12 dancers by 116 people and 6 different countries participated, and we were number 6, and this is us. And this is our international Charya family. And then also we offer another dance in another occasion, which is 11th anniversary celebration for the Nitya Mandala Mahavihara in the Portland. And despite COVID, despite having to wear our mask all the time, we continue to do our group practice. Now, you may wonder why are we so insistent, and why are we so excited and devoted in this practice? So in the following slides, I am going to share with you what our actual experiences are while practicing this wonderful sacred Buddhist dance. So this is part 2 will be our experience. As Prajo once said, deity dance is a symbolic form of dance. It is about the energy which was given form by great enlightened masters in the past. That is what makes it so sacred and so special. So in the following slides, we will share with you some of our actual experiences in practicing this exquisite dance and deity yoga. This is Simone, one of us. For Simone, practicing Charya Nitya is her seed of happiness. She said she gets to know herself more, and also the joy that she experienced while practicing Charya Nitya is joy beyond words. This is another Eliza, the same name as like me. Eliza sees Charya dance as a kind of transformation for her everyday life. She says Charya dance has become part of her life, and she feels herself closer to the teacher through practicing the dance. And after practicing, while she's practicing, she feels that challenges in everyday life is actually transforming and giving her energy, and it's kind of like a blessing. And for her, dancing Charya is like it's like this practice is like discovering the deity from within. This is Sophie. For Sophie, her experience is transforming intellectual to experiential. So Sophie says practicing Charya for her is an experiential practice because it brings the body and the mind together. She said she becomes in touch with herself again, which has never happened before. She said accepting herself is such a beautiful experience because it bypasses what the conceptual mind sees as good or not good. Monita is another member of us. Monita sees emptiness in this practice. She says she could directly connect to our teacher's passion in teaching. And in her practice of these classical dance positions in Charya Niti, she experienced emptiness. So for her, this kind of sacred dance is not a dance, but is a personal practice. Carrie is male dancer, one of us too. For Carrie, he said, while practicing and dancing and performing the mudras in a dance, singing the Charya songs and so on, he experienced special qualities of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and he gets connected with body, mind, and body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So by practicing Charya Niti, he says he finds himself more confident and more courageous. Selden is another beautiful dancer in our group. Selden loves this deity dance. She says when she dances Charya, the deity is unfolding in front of her. And she sees and she practices Charya dance as a very precious deity yoga. Chin Chin is another of our members. Chin Chin practices Charya like meditation. She thinks it is meditation in movement. For Chin Chin, the mudras in the dance are dharma, the dance are mantras. And practicing Charya Niti brings calmness and joy into her life. And because we're connected also with the Charya family internationally, she was really impressed. And she said, despite the geographic distance, she could feel the energies as we practice together. And so she believes that in many years to come, there will still be people practicing Charya. Ling Ling is another of our members. Ling Ling is a singer, and also she's a healer. She heals by using the human voice. She feels much attracted to this ancient tradition of song and dance. She could feel the energy within the songs and dances, and as they have woken up all the healing power within her. So when she sings the Charya song, she could feel the energy filling up in her body. This is me. For me, Charya happens in the body. It bypasses the intellectual and conceptual mind because the duality is completely transcended in the moment when I practice. And the connection with the deities and my inner enlightened qualities is the very essence of Charya Niti in my experience. So as Prajwa says, there's no liberation without dance and singing. I think it's very true. Tina, this is Tina's experience. For Tina, she experiences Charya in the outer guru, inner guru, and secret guru. For her, Charya Gita is mantra, the lyrics is dharma, and Charya dance is meditation. For her, it is like inner awakening through dance. Charya dance connects the 6 parameters, which is the path of liberation. So she vows to follow this path, feeling blessed to be connected with this lineage. So the above is the experience that from all of us while practicing the sacred dance, Buddha's dance. So with the blessings of Padmanabhasvara, the Lord of Dance, and under Prajwa's guidance, may we practice and benefit all beings. May all beings recognize their innate nature of bliss emptiness. So to conclude my presentation, may I now offer a dance to you. And this is the dance of Avalokiteshvara, a sloka, a short version of the dance by Dr. Tina Ho. I've put it on the video, so please enjoy.
Dr. Eliza, there's no voice on that.
Yeah, Dr. Eliza, could you please play that again with the settings that I advised you during our rehearsal? Could you use that audio when you share, please?
This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Definitely, we are really delighted what you have learned. I have no words to praise your work from 2014 to 2020, within that much amount of time. I mean, you have spread out the world almost like everywhere in Hong Kong, and a lot of people were got involved. Let me say some in our language, Nepal Bhasha. हङकङका चुनावमा चाहिँ झी चरिया डान्स चरिया प्याखमा सेका चरिया यो विषयले चाहिँ प्रचार प्रसार याना चरिया यो विषय त कया चाहिँ हङकङ एबो इन्टरनेशनल डान्स कम्पिटिसन जुल वेक अप इन छो पार्टिसिपेसन जुल एजुटिना चाहिँ इथो नेवाते बुको चाहिँ कल्चर नेवाते चाहिँ संस्कृति तजिली इत्यादि फुक चाहिँ संसार भरे चाहिँ योको बालक चाहिँ जसिसँग प्रचार प्रसार या माउडो थोला छौजको पक्ष जुल तर मेउन हाना योको खन्दैको एजुनिना चाहिँ थाया प्रिय खो कन्भेन्सन अथवा चाहिँ कन्फरेन्स याना चाहिँ जिसँग चाहिँ थो जिउ नेवा तजिल जिउ प्रचार प्रसार या त योको त्यो देर कार्य चाहिँ जी प्लस चाहिँ वेक अप इन जिउ योको चाहिँ सुबह दिसना I was just saying that with our folks who listening to me from Facebook and also to the Zoom. So within such a small amount of time, you have been doing so much work, and we really appreciate that. And then this is how the conference, this is how the gathering, this is how we all together, even though we are away from because of the COVID, so we could have, because we did the conference in the past in gathering many times in London, in the United States, and in Nepal and everywhere. But now because of the COVID, so we took this opportunity to be here around in this August gathering. So I really wanted to thank you very much. So actually, before your presentation, we had a 15-minute break, which we kind of skipped because you are so late over there in 2 o'clock early. So we give you a chance to do the presentation, and you will have a good sleep on the way forward. So, and then if you are still wanting to, stay for a couple of questions, let me check the chat box. If there's any questions, then I will pass on to you. And after that, I give you a chance to whether you stay or just come back later on. That would be no problem. Let's see. Thank you for sharing a fascinating story and the Chariya dance in Hong Kong. I'm just curious to know, how does the future of Chariya looks like in Hong Kong? Is it getting popular with time? Question to Eliza. Is there anything you can answer the question, please? It's on the chat box.
I would not use the word popular yet.
Okay.
Because it is a tantric practice. Tantric Buddhist practice is a form of meditation. So it's not actually a performance as such. So it requires at the same time learning the Dharma and practicing this tantric practice. So, but then since we have been like moving to different groups, so more and more people get to know us, and people who saw us, they actually were very fascinated by it. So slowly, we're getting bigger, but then we're not sort of growing very fast. That's for sure. So yeah,
Very
but
good.
I definitely.
Yes, one step at a time, so we can climb on the top. So definitely, it's your idea is very good. There's also a comment that it's not I salute Eliza Lau to giving us time for our Newah community. Thank you. It's from Ganga Nemkul. And also Dr. Sandabir Singh Tuladar from United Kingdom. Excellent presentation, Dr. Dagot Pusabiti. So beautiful, and I feel joy in the story done from Sunita. So this is all the questions and comments you have on the chat box. And then I would like to invite to stay for another 15 minutes as a break. So we're going to take a break for 15 minutes because we need to also appreciate people who sponsor our program. So we want to show a small video clips of those who have sponsored our program for this whole thing is going on. So please, from the Hong Kong group, I would like to request you to stay if you can, otherwise no obligations. So thank you. We're going to take a 15-minute break, Sangyukta. I think we need to take a break, and everyone can enjoy, have some drink, or maybe have some water, or walk away and then do something. So this is the time that we have been here for already 400 plus hours, 4 hours. So definitely time for break. We'll be back again in 15 minutes, and we will have an open forum for everybody to talk about how it went, and then if there's any specific